Hello everyone, welcome back again on channel. This is Sadek Hussain, and right from today we are going to start another series, and that series is called Universal Design Method Series, in which we are going to talk about around hundreds, 20 plus design methods. And keep in mind, these methods are going to be like how we can conduct research related to complex problem, how we can build innovative ideas, and along with that, how we can bring effective design solutions as well, right? So let me make it more clear right from the start. So if you are like initially starting the career right now, either as a graphic designer or a UI designer, this series isn't going to help you a lot because this series or these design methods are basically mainly related to UX design or the product design as well. So in case if you want to switch your career very shortly, maybe in coming few days, like in this field or in this stuff like related to product design, actual product design, because in this series we will be talking about like building, like suppose a mega mall or plaza or maybe a shop, right? So how you conduct research for that, or how you basically analyze like the different materials to build that plaza, or like how you analyze the behavior of the peoples to build a shop as well, right? So this is mainly about the UX design and the the product designer. So I have around 100 plus, 120 plus universal design methods that already has been marked, and most of them are from the book that actually is available in the market. But I am studying that book, and then I'll be making those design methods more simpler in a visual form here. So if you want to learn more about design methods, let's start. But before than that, if you just hit a subscribe button to subscribe this channel, that is really going to help me to bring more content for you guys, right? Okay, let's start that content. And the first method that we are going to talk about is A/B testing. So most of the designer or most people actually already know that what is A/B testing. So this is basically a simple design method in which we compare two versions of the design which perform better. Two, like we like put out those both version of the design in the market, and we actually want to know that which is performing in a better way. So we have like version one, if in case like if you are creating a website or maybe a mobile applications, and in some scenario like this is mobile screens and mobile applications, right? And in one version one, you just put like a button here, and supposedly here if we have another button in which you put a button here. So both of them are going to be into the market, and obviously this will be working better because the button is near to the thumb range, right? So that's how actually we measures that which version is going to be like work or perform better. But keep in mind, both of them are shown randomly, and both of them actually help us to achieve our goal. But and then later on we analyze them. So in A/B testing, we mainly like perform a test for three different things. One of them is text, other is forms, and other is button, right? So in case of text, we try to find out like tone, length, or font size. So supposedly, if you have like a button, like one of them is delete and other is yes delete. So like making the tone more friendly, more professional, right? And then font size as well. And same goes for the layout or the number of the fields that require import field. So in case if someone is creating like creating an account, and we have a sign up page, and in sign up page we are keeping like first name and then second name. So there are two separate input fields, right? But in case in another design version, in a B version, we give like only one input field with like full name, right? So which performs better actually. And then same goes for the button as well. But keep in mind, when we perform like A/B testing, actually we know what performs better. We don't know why it performs better. For understanding that why, we actually need to conduct user interviews or maybe surveys during our test field. to actually know that why this design performed better, right? So let's quickly jump into the example of this A/B testing. So here you can clearly see that this is basically the Uber design, and here you can see one of them is the design layout. You can see here is a colored version, and here it is stroke version, right? And then in initially, like Uber gave basically a price range from 13 to $17, and in other design they directly gave like a range of like a single digit, right? So, or we can call it a double digit, right? So basically, this was like the design comparison, and here you see like a tag as well with the cheaper, like the tag of a cheaper. So which like design is going to perform better? And then you can read the details here that it basically led to the uncertainty, like in this case, because it is going to create like a doubt in user mind that either it is going to be $13 or either it is going to be $17, because there are two digits, right? And then in this scenario, it basically created or increased like the chances of right booking as well, and it also reduced the hesitation as well, right? So this is how basically A/B testing is performed. So let's again quickly jump to another example, and that is right from the Headspace. So Headspace is basically a product that really helps you to in meditations, right? So here they basically again conducted an A/B testing for user engagement and retention. So in this scenario, basically there was nothing. You were just like doing, sorry, you were doing like meditations by your own self, and there wasn't any specific like engagement or retention side out there. So in another scenario, then they added a new feature called here the commonly community thoughts, right? So in this scenario, they basically give few like while doing another meditation, you basically can read the thoughts of other user as well, and it increased the 3% of the retention or the survival rate of a free trial user as well, because they were like taking interest to read the other people's thought. It is human psychology that we actually want to read other people's remarks, thoughts, whatever, either they're positive or negative. We actually want to engage with them, right? So that's how basically you conduct the A/B testing, which was our first universal design method to understand which design is going to perform better for us, right? Let's move ahead, and that the universal design method number two, and this two method design is called basically AEIOU framework, right? AEIOU framework, AIOU are the words which actually we like understand, but this is basically the framework in a design method as well, which in which we basically organize our observation while studying people's behavior, right, in real world setting. So actually in the start I was talking about like regarding like we are going to build a shopping mall or maybe like any kind of a physical outlet regarding anything. So we are going to conduct AIOU framework. This is basically a framework of a design thinking as well, in which A is for the activities. So activities in this activity in this step, we basically analyze that what peoples are doing, like, and so supposingly if there's a like a common example that watching someone vending machine to get a snake, right, snack. So like we are targeting, we are basically like looking at that, how people are interacting with the vending machines to get their snack. Either they are like how they are like capturing the handle of that vending machines, how they are opening the door, right, and then how they are going to get the snack as well, right? So this is basically the activities in which we observe the activities of the peoples as well. Then we like the E is basically the environment. So then we try to observe that how peoples are like the activities which people which was like performed by the peoples. So where it is happening, right? So in case like if you if we consider again the vending machine, and then you put the vending machine just near to the door, so people are coming in and then directly going to the vending machine, opening the door, getting the snack and going out. So they haven't checked anything that is available in that basically the mall as well, because they didn't visit anything in the shop as well, right? So that same goes for observing how people behave in noisy coffee shop versus a quiet library as well. So there are again two comparison of the environment, right? Then we have I, which is interaction. So basically, again here we have to measure that how peoples are interacting with other peoples, like with the salesman, with the objects, right? Like noticing the interaction with the smartphone or the place that like the basically objects available in the shop or where like peoples are interacting or trying to basically interact with those things, right? So this is basically called the interaction. Then the next step is basically objects. So objects are again the tools or the items which are going to be used, as we were talking about the vending machine. So people, how peoples are using that vending machine, like is there any an unexpected use of that vending machine as well. So in case like if someone opened the door of that vending machine and then left it as opened, right? So how peoples are, how users are like interacting with the objects, right? And then you, which is basically user. So we actually observe them as well. Like in case we are opening like a shop for the kids only, like where we have like the toys for the kids. So how kids are entering with their parents, right? And everyone. So we are going to talk about their behaviors, their preferences, right? And how they are maintaining the relationships with those objects as well, right? So this is basically called AEIOU framework. So this framework really helps us to basically observe more keenly, organize our observation, and then bring them into the data or into the insightful thoughts as well to basically build our product, right? Uh, let's move ahead. Here there is an example. So basically this example I took from the blog, which was related to like building a shop in India as well, right? So you can see they basically consider analysis related to the environment, that what kind of an environment actually it usually like goes in that area, then what kind of interactions are possible to like happen there, then how much like what kind of objects they are going to used in that shop, right? And same goes for the activities, like what kind of activities user can performs, right? And then who are the actual user as well. So right from this diagram, you can get an idea that this is something related to basically like the shopping mall where people are like talking about dustbin, luggage, right? Post box, trolley, right? These are the objects and send them what kind of interactions are going to happen and what are the users actually those will be coming into that shop as well, right? So this is the basic framework that really helps us to understand and bring our observation to the table to bring the solution for our problem, right? Okay, let's move ahead toward the universal design method number three, and it is affinity diagramming, right? Affinity diagram again is basically like the notes which we take usually on the sticky notes, and these are like affinity diagram basically helps us to organize our data, observe, like do observation, and then research insights into meaningful groups. So basically, when we conduct like the research, we get an ideas, we get observation, we do research, right? And then with the affinity diagramming technique or the method, we bring them into the meaningful groups as well, right? So actually what we do, we basically like bring insights, problems, ideas on the sticky notes, and then like those sticky notes are basically converted into the common theme or into the groups as well, and then we like give them a proper name as well, right? So why we use it or why we do basically affinity diagramming, right? It's really help us to like discover the hidden patterns or some hidden informations, because we like could be a biased person while designing anything or while shaping any product, right? But a user don't. They basically have different thoughts. In case of moderated, sometimes they don't like deliver those things. So those are the hidden patterns and those are the hidden information, right? And then obviously we prioritize our cards or maybe our stickers as well, and then it really helps us to basically turns our messy data into clear and actionable thoughts as well. So here in front of you, basically I'm bringing an affinity diagramming from Miro. So as you can see, they basically group this data related to their timing, and then this one is related to the focus, this one is related to attendees, right? So how basically they are organizing their research, observation, or informations into groups. So this is called affinity diagramming. Hope it's clear as well, right? Okay, let's move towards the fourth one, and fourth one is basically the method that we are going to talk about is artifact analysis, right? Analysis is again a design method that really helps us to design physical objects or physical products, right? In this scenario, we analyze material, we analyze their aesthetics, and then interactive qualities as well, right? So we usually look at the materials while designing that product. We look into the durability of that material, their patterns, right? And how they're disposable or lasting the object it is, right? So in case like we are building any product made by the plastic or maybe made by the iron, right? So how that material is going to like work while building that product. Then we also focus on the aesthetics as well, like how it is going to look like, shapes, color, texture, emotional or cultural significances as well, right? So let me give a very common example, like wherever you belongs to, what basically your demographic is, like using any of your cultural product or any product that is like easy to use, have your cultural or maybe your national color or the texture related to something, right? So as like if I bring a very common example related to shrines, right? And the shrines we see different artic rocks, right, which are aesthetically pleasing, and then interaction as well, like how basically that is going to function, what is the complexity, what are the behaviors, right? So again, uh, another thing that we do in artifact analysis is contextual aspect as well. Contextual analysis is basically we like either a single person is going to use, either this is going to be shared product, right? Either it is going to be a public property as well, right? So we do analysis in this design method, and it basically again uncovers many opportunities, many design improvements, and new ideas as well, based on like if we talk about like couch, so couch is going to be like the shared product. So like so supposedly there are two people that are sitting on that couch, so how that couch is basically going to behave, or like it depends again the psychology of the both peoples as well, both have different psychology. So how our product is going to meet their needs and maybe their necessities as well. So this is basically again is done in artifact analysis, right? Then another design method, which is called the last one, we will be talking about the fifth one, and this is automated remote research, right? So automated research is basically we use few web-based design tool like user testing, user meets, right? Monkey services. So these are the different design tool, web-based tools that we use to gather the data and then how people interact with our website and web apps as well, right? So in this scenario, basically we do few steps as well. One is planning matter. So we basically choose the right tools and the strategy of our research, right? Building either website or other mobile app, which tool is going to work for us, right? And then when we basically like perform that research, we go towards the task and the time duration as well, then click patterns, right? As you guys can recall the heat maps as well, right? Then we have few, obviously it gives us the result in the qualitative and quantitative methods, both of them, right? Then we do the data analysis, like quantitative data, and then it really helps us to basically build like the efficiency and increase the decisions making as well, because it contains both qualitative and quantitative insights, which really helps us to basically do the better decisions for our product, right? And then last one here, as you can see, an example of basically the qualitative moderated and quantitative moderated. So if you just start from here, this is basically the concrete methods that live sites. We have either live apps, we perform them, either we have the wireframe, and then we have conceptual methods as well. So we conduct survey or we do like conceptual artifacts as well. So these are the tools which are going to help us to generate the qualitative data, and then we have a few research techniques as well, which will be helping us to generate the quantitative automated research as well. And then based on this data, this analysis, we define or we shape our product, either it's mobile app or either it's basically the web app or mobile app, right? So it really helps us to understand what actually our user want and how they want to perform it, right? Okay, so this was last design method that we talked. So it is going to be like a long series containing around 20 plus videos in which we will be talking about different design methods, different research methods, and I'm hopeful that you guys learned something new today. So it will be around like 20 to 25-minute video, and hopefully it will be like helping you to learn or maybe grow more very quickly in the market. If you haven't subscribed our channel, just subscribe it. Until then, next, just signing out. Thank you and take care.